Night has fallen and you're weary from travel. Stars fill the sky above, and in front of you is a brightly lit wooden house, the only building you've seen for days.
Sorry about that. The game just started like that. There wasn't any main menu or anything to like start a new game. It just played into this, so I wanted that to play out so that you guys could see it before I did my intro. But anyway, hello world, and welcome to another episode of Kelthos Tries. My name is, of course, Kelthos, and in this episode we're trying a game called Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. I don't really know anything about it. I've heard the name before, so it does ring a bell there, but I don't really know what it's about, except that from what I read about it, it said it was a narrative-based game, and you can make choices and stuff, and you basically get to hear people's stories, I guess, or something. So in this episode, we're going to check it out and see what it's all about. So here we go. And you guys already heard the game read this, so I won't read it. But I will go to the house because that's the only thing I can do.
You walk toward the house, hearing the sounds of laughter and talk as you reach the door and push it open.
Enter. Looks like there's a wolf there or something.
You sit down and join the game. It's a cheap buy-in, and not many of the other players are very good.
Take a look around.
The lady fiddling with dice gets good cards, but has no real strategy. The man to your right seems to just hold on to the highest cards he has, regardless of suit or any consideration of matches. The man in gray across from you, though, he's good. He already had the largest pile of coins when you bought in, and while your winnings grow quickly, you can't quite catch him.
Keep playing.
One by one, the other players leave the table, sometimes with pique or with wry humor,
I don't know what peak means.
leaving their winnings with you or the man in gray.
Keep on playing, I guess. I bet it's going to end up with just me and him.
Finally, it's just you and the man in gray. He looks at you, full of humor, and winks. Last hand?
I'm in.
He deals, you draw, and look at your hand. It's good. It's great. The best hand, in fact. A royal straight flush. Spades. Aces high.
Nothing can beat me.
But the man in gray pushes forward his whole pile. You're not sure exactly how much it is, but it's more than you've got. You can't match that.
I guess I'll have to fold.
The man in gray stops you. Now, if you like, I'll let you wager your word. I know you'll be good for it. Just promise you'll pay the debt, however I ask.
That depends, because you could ask me some really fucked up stuff. Check cards.
Yep. 10, jack, queen, king, ace. All spades.
I guess I have to say this. You have my word.
The man in gray smiles. All right, then. I'll call.
Show him. What? Why do I have to put blood there? What happened? Direwolf, Chapter 1, Where the Water Tastes Like Wine.
Well, your luck wasn't so good, was it? That's quite the hand, but not for the game we're playing. I'm afraid you owe me. Your life, sure, but more than that. Your labor.
Okay, what do I
You
gotta
see,
do?
this land is built on stories. It's one big story, this country, woven of many small ones. Few of the small ones are strictly true, and the big story is mostly a lie.
Okay.
All the stories and songs and myths
Sorry if
and
this is
legends
loud, there
start
was no
somewhere with a
setting
seed. As they're told and retold and passed around, they grow and change to become the stories we know.
there. Okay.
To pay your debt to me, you'll be carrying stories, finding the seeds first and then spreading them, telling them onwards so they can begin gaining strength. This is no light task. Stories are heavy.
Okay.
Most of the stories you'll find will be
I have no
small
choice.
seeds. They might be true,
What happens
but
if I
they'll
don't?
grow wild and unbelievable with the telling. The more important stories are the true ones, the ones people
Sorry.
will tell you about their own lives. Those often get lost in the weaves of the big story.
Okay.
The more true stories you can find and tell, the more you can weave that truth into the big story. Tarnish it a bit perhaps, but isn't a dingy and battered truth better than a shining lie?
I suppose.
Now, go ahead. You tell me a story. I'll trade you some information about your task.
Okay. I click exit, what happens? 3 of staves, travel, choice, morality, heaven, desires fulfilled, wishes come true, fortune, fate, luck, death, change, endings, okay. I don't know what's going on here. I want to hit exit so I can try to do the settings, but I don't know. Are you sure you want to leave? Yes.
Go on your way, Seeker. Maybe we'll meet again, or maybe not. Either way, it'll be an experience. I'm jealous in some ways. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Thank you. I'm looking for what you're looking for, actually. Options. Resolution. Hang on 1 second so I can do the right resolution here. Okay, I turned down the music a lot and the volume, but it's because if I keep the volume up, then the music's still loud as hell, so. And it's probably copywritten because there's words. So I'm gonna keep it to like right there, maybe. Go back. Go back. Begin anew. I want to begin anew because I didn't want to exit that conversation. So I'll be back when I get to that point again. Okay, I've got back to the part where he wants me to tell him my story. I don't know what these things do, but my story. We were traveling, so let's try that one. Tell the story of the northbound train blinking its giant eye as it crawls through the night. Oh, okay, it's gonna let me choose. Tell the story of the endless series of doors of different kinds, each leading only to more doors. Tell the story of the parting of a cloud of fog to reveal a brief glimpse of a land and promise of plenty. Tell the story of tossing a pair of bone dice on a blood-red velvet table. They come up snake eyes and wink at you. Tell the story of a black and gray city where every building is filled with desiccated corpses. What was this one? Tell the story of the northbound train blinking its giant eyes across through the night. Let's do this one. Yeah. You tell the story of...
Travel? That's your job. Wander from place to place, gather those stories and spread them. People get bored hearing the same stories over and over. But an old cliché in one state might be a rip-roaring new yarn in another.
True. Okay, we already did that one. So, oh, we get to tell each one. Okay.
You sometimes have to make choices about what kind of story you're finding. Is it a love story or a tragedy?
I guess it would depend on the context.
Don't gather too many of one kind, though. This grand story needs variety.
Okay. Can't say those. Tell the story of the parting of a cloud of fog to reveal a brief glimpse of a land of promise and plenty.
Your deepest desires? Your greatest wish? Heaven? Big Rock Candy Mountain? El Dorado, the Promised Land, that place just over the ridge where they all say that the water tastes just like the sweetest wine.
Oh my god, they said the title.
Well, I don't know where that is.
Okay.
It's supposed to be somewhere in this country. Ask the people you meet.
It's somewhere on Earth? I didn't know that.
They're all searching for the same thing.
Maybe it's not something they can find, they just think they can. Tell the story of tossing a pair of bone dice on a blood-red velvet table and they come up snake eyes and wink at you.
It's just luck. Funny how bad luck seems to follow the folks who already have problems aplenty. Well, try your luck out there in this country. See how the dice treat you.
Okay.
It's not all
I
bad.
don't have a choice.
You'll have to work hard, but I'll give you the gift for seeing the true shapes of people.
Oh, okay.
Not many who can do that.
Well, thank you for that. So I can see, like, the truth in people or something? Tell the story of a black and gray city where every building is filled with desiccated corpses.
I'll strip away your flesh to make the journey easier, but still you'll feel pain. Hunger, weariness, thirst, and despair. They're all
So I'm gonna
part
be
of
like a
stories,
spirit or something?
the part not often told. And death, yes. But don't worry. As long as your task remains, you'll come back.
Okay, so I'm immortal.
Go on
Like,
your
that
way,
task is
Seeker.
done.
Maybe we'll meet again, or maybe not. Either way, it'll be an experience for you. I'm jealous in some ways. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Why are you jealous? You have basically control of me. Wow, this is weird. What is that? Why am I so big, and why am I a skeleton? I can't do anything with that house I just passed, so. There's a little chicken hanging out over here, it looks like. This map is weird. Search.
This bungalow is being ransacked. There's furniture piled in the front yard, ammunition heaped under the mailbox, and a crowd of clean-cut men ripping apart a car in the driveway.
Strange.
The two heavily armed, mud-caked women leaning over the porch railing share the same bored grin. One shouts at you. "Lend a couple innocent gals a cigarette?"
I don't have one, I don't think, but sure.
You are about to hand her a smoke when those men draw pistols and shove you hard into the dirt. "You know these girls?" they demand.
No.
Once they've dumped your bag out into the road, they decide you're harmless. "If you were selling booze too, you'd have a lot more cash," sneers one. On the porch behind him, the two bootleggers are fingering their empty rifles, grinning in disappointment.
Great. The women arrested for bootlegging. Okay, so did they steal my shit or what? And can I go to Canada? Maybe not. Nope. Can't leave the US. Okay. Maybe I just gotta follow the path. Oh, it diverges here. just go to that place since I see something's there. Press H to view the endgame manual. Okay. Your goal is to fulfill your obligation to the wolf by finding all 16 characters scattered over the U.S. and trade stories with them until you earn their trust and finish their story. Okay? By having adventures, you'll begin to collect stories. When you meet characters, they'll ask you for different types of stories: tragic, hopeful, scary, thrilling, or funny. Remember what sort of adventure you had, and you'll know what type of story you got. Stories will grow and change as you tell them. Once you tell a story to a character, it will be out in the world, and you may encounter someone else who will tell you a better version of it. These better versions will be more entertaining when you tell them to characters, but be sure to tell different stories so that you have a chance to grow them all. Okay, so we tell stories based on what we've been through in the game, and then I may encounter someone else who will tell me a better version of a story, and these better versions will be more entertaining. Okay, but make sure they're different. Okay, the stories you get from characters are wild cards. They will fit any of the 5 categories. However, telling them will not cause them to grow, so use them sparingly. Okay, so if we use stories that aren't ours, they won't grow, and we're supposed to grow the stories. Okay, this is kind of confusing. So use them sparingly, as you're giving up a chance to spread other stories. If you want to swap around the stories you tell, you can do that in the inventory. Okay, travel. There are several ways to travel across the U.S. The easiest is walking, but it's slow. You can speed up your walking pace by whistling. Hold down the button and match the notes to keep your spirits and speed up. See controls for more details. Okay, so I'll have to check the controls because I don't know what the button is for whistling. You can also hop a ride on a boxcar. This will get you exactly where you need to go, but runs the risk of getting injured by the railroad cops. Oh, okay. To hop a ride, find a train yard. A safer way to travel is hitchhiking. To hitchhike, hold the hitchhike button while standing next to a road with cars on it. Not every car will stop, but they won't always carry you the full distance, but you will be safe. Finally, if you've got some cash, you can go to a city and ride the fast, safe passenger trains from place to place. It costs money, but it's the best way to travel. Okay, but I don't have any money right now. Each time you meet a character, you'll have a night to talk with them and exchange stories. If you tell them the kind of stories they want, you'll gain their trust and move forward through their tale. However, there's no penalty to telling them a different story. You will still learn whatever they have to tell you. Okay, but how come I didn't learn that from the first character that I just met? Characters have multiple chapters, and when you fully open the eye in the interface, the next time you meet them, you'll move on to their next chapter. When you've finished all chapters, you won't see them again. Each time you finish a night with a character, they will move somewhere else. You can always check the map to see where they are, but they will also show you when they move. Okay. Inventory holds the mementos you've collected from the characters you've met. Once a character trusts you fully, they will give you something to remember them by, which can be used to travel to where you first met. The inventory screen also has tabs so you can see where your stories, a timeline of your adventures, a timeline of your adventures, and a map of the US and your progress with each character. Okay. Nice. But is this, oh, okay. I is the inventory screen. Okay. A pair of bone red dice to roll snake eyes nearly every time. Okay. That's all I got so far. Why am I tired or something? Stories. 1 of 237 gathered. Okay. Journey log. The women arrested for bootlegging in Maine. Okay. Map. So we're in Maine. that's the timer. So after I'm done checking this stuff out, I'm gonna have to go, and in the next episode we will carry on. So we're in main right now. Progress. We didn't make any progress with anyone. Okay. Well, in the next episode, we'll continue checking this game out. It's pretty interesting so far. It's kind of a neat, like, kind of a neat idea for a game. So, we will, in the next episode, we will continue on by going to this place up here and see what that's all about. And then we will, carry on with the game and see what else we can figure out about it. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you like what you see, I suggest you subscribe to my channel so you can see the new videos I post every single day. And if you really like the videos, I'd really like it if you could leave a thumbs up and a comment. That way I could have some interaction on my channel and know that people are actually watching and actually care. And if you want to know when I post my videos, exactly when I post them, the best way to do that is to turn on your notifications as well. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.